Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel for Planmas. Wow, Planmas day 17. This is going to be my flip through of my 2020 planner. This will be my final part of my flip through series from Planmas, so that's super exciting. So let's go ahead and get into it. I think this is when I was like, got smarter and was like, Rosey, stop putting your last name on things. I used this page to track my period. Here we get into a monthly. All the monthlies in this planner are from Glam Planner. And then we get into the first week of the new year. I thought it was fitting to use like a food meal prep kit. This is when I was still with my ex. Yeah, Liz and I did our Instagram live showing our monthly kit previews. He'd been deployed 5 months. I finally watched Rise of the Skywalker. I booked a trip to Disneyland that I never ended up taking. Pretty sure it was to see Liz, and I think Jessica was supposed to come. Whole thing. Also, this spread was from Glam Planner, if I don't know if I said that. This was a Sticky Essentials kit. I think it was a Cyber Monday kit, and I still love this spread. I wish I would have done it later in my Some White Space planning, but for it only being my second spread planning this way, I love how it turned out. I went to the doctor because I have the flu, and then I ended up getting diagnosed with bronchitis, and we're still wondering if that was, you know, the Rona or not. We will never know. But there was an attack in the area that, I mean, I don't really know where my ex was at the time, but I was tracking anything military, so that's why that is in there. And at some point when he was deployed, he did have rockets land like 10 feet away from where he was sleeping, so that's crazy. And I started school this week, which is why I used this planner, and I went this day, and then I obviously got diagnosed with the flu Wednesday, so I didn't attend my class the rest of the week. And then I was told when I went back to the doctor, I think Monday or Tuesday, I ended up being told not to go to school this week either, so I missed like a lot of the very beginning of the semester, which is really hard and crucial. This is from Scribble Prints Co. It's a Frozen kit. But yeah, I was watching a lot of Disney movies, basically doing sick person things and trying to stay up on homework. Then I used this kit to mark the Chinese New Year. It's the Lunar New Year of the Rat. It's from Glam Planner. My ex extended his deployment. We knew that was going to happen. He was purposely switching places with somebody who was expecting a child, which is like fair. It's still really hard to look at because I remember what this means. He sent me a picture that night. He said, "Because I deserve it," and it was one of my favorite pictures of him of all time. I was just really anxious because if I remember correctly, there's a lot of stuff going on in the general vicinity of where I thought he might be. So yeah, that was kind of this week. Was I going? Yeah, I was going back to school this week, and I remember it was so hard for me not to cough during class, especially this day. Oh my gosh, it was a challenge. Moving into February, I was supposed to go to Disneyland with Trisha this day. I don't think we ended up going though, if I remember correctly. Anyways, this was the week of Super Bowl Sunday, another Scribble Prints Co. kit. Mom and I were watching Grace and Frankie. I was going to school. Obviously, there's a lot of that. I bought My Chemical Romance tickets. That show still has not happened, and they still have my money and have been profiting off of it since 2020, January 31st. Just saying. Anyways, my ex was deployed 6 months. I sent him a box. I don't know if he read the letter in that box either. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the previous planner flip through for 2019. Kind of got into it there and got really emotional, so I don't want to talk about it again. Moving into this week, this was the Up Kit by Scribble Prints Co. This was my first day back to working out after being sick, and I was supposed to go to, like I said, Disney with Trisha this day, but it didn't happen, which is fine. So I ended up studying and doing a lot of homework, was really into school this week, and, you know, obsessed with my ex. This was the week of Valentine's Day, which this sweatshirt looked like almost exactly like a sweatshirt my ex gave me of his to wear, and this girl reminded me of my best friend who passed away, and this was her birthday. She would have been 30, so I wanted to mark that, and then it was the Daytona 500, and I believe this is my first spread with any kind of foldables here. So you can see where that kind of started happening. This is a Cinderella kit from Scribble Prints Co. Again, we have another foldable. This is when a bunch of school stuff was going on. So I was talking to Russ. I was still having a really hard time with my stomach. I was creating my own plans because my school sucked so much. So much. Anyways, missing my ex. I went through a big period where I didn't talk to him, and I think this was like kind of in that time frame because I haven't seen any munchkins, marine munchkins recently. Moving into March, here's finally I got to speak with him, I guess. This was the week of Mardi Gras, so I used this Scribble Prints Co. Princess and the Frog themed kit. I watched the movie, was going to class. What a joke. What a joke. Anyways, I seriously hate looking back at stuff with my ex, so yeah. Basically just school and my ex. Oh, my cousin Mark came into town that day. I remember it was something for work, but that's super fun. And this was my spring break week. I used this kit because it gave me very like spring break, stay in bed feeling. And I really liked this art from Glam Planner. This was a really old mystery kit. And I just still really like this kit. I paired it with copper foil. I'm trying to figure out if I just used Sticky Essentials Rose Gold Underlay Tapes. I voted this week. We got the news that he would be coming home earlier than expected, which we'll see in a few weeks ends up not being true, but yeah. Moving into this week, this was the week before Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, but I had already just all ended up being a mess. So everything started closing down this day. But I had already laid down this spread in preparation and the base for next week because I laid down the base for next week like here because I was excited, which is for Disneyland because I was supposed to go to Disney and meet List Plans and Miss Jess's plans, but obviously that all got canceled, but the stickers were already down. And I would have used this kit the week Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, which was this day, but I was planning on going to Disney, but then this happened out of nowhere, so like, you know, we had other attacks happen, Marines died during some of those, so I was freaking out. 1 week till Animal Crossing, and here, again, things closed down. I went to the last movie in movie theaters before COVID, and then I started binge watching the Marvel movies in order because this is when we were like really locked down at the beginning. And then this week was the week I was supposed to go to Disney. Like I said, I already had the base laid down, and it's like one of my favorite spreads aesthetically. It just sucks that I didn't get to use it at Disneyland since there's so little Disneyland art kits, and I wasn't going to pull it up and I wasn't going to waste it, and I don't use kits twice, so I won't use it again. But anyways, I was basically just watching all the Marvel movies, and then here's where we found out he was delayed coming home because of the virus. But yes, that's basic. And I was annoyed because my parents invited people over for dinner that night, but that was basically this week, so. And then I felt like we were in an episode of The Twilight Zone, so I used this glitch kit from Glam Planner that I had, and I paired it with a foil bundle sheet I had from her for hollow, and mixed it with some black. This whole time period was so weird to me, like so weird. Like I seriously, I just still hate everything about it. But anyways, he was delayed again, and I was finishing the Marvel movies, and I was playing Animal Crossing, and I was doing school stuff, and, you know, it was all online then, and it just became a whole thing, and there's a Lucy haircut. Then we got into April. This spread I just liked. It's Game of Thrones. It's called Pass the Popcorn from Glam Planner. It was 11 years since the first time I met Fall Out Boy, and Onward came on Disney Plus, so I watched it again. We had an earthquake. Doesn't look like I talked to my ex this week. This was the week of Easter, and I still love this kit. One of my favorite Easter kits of all time. And this was when I started watching Tiger King, and I wonder why I put planning time with a Marine sticker. Maybe I was working on something, you guys will see. Oh, I was probably doing this. This was his birthday week. We watched Toy Story 4 together, and we had a big inside joke about Forky, so I wanted to use this kit for his birthday. And I do really like how this spread turned out. It just is really hard to look at because it's like 100% for him is why I used it. But yeah. This kit is from Sticky Essentials, and it's Hercules inspired, and I paired it with lavender hollow foil. I was probably just getting ready for finals. Had finals already happen? Homework, because I'm not marking anything. Study here, maybe? I don't know. I don't really know. I think classes were like basically over. My professors had given up at this point with COVID and everything. This is the week of Mother's Day and Cinco de Mayo, my mom's birthday, so I let my mom pick the kit, and this is what she chose, so I mixed it with gold and green foil. I made my ex a blanket before he got home, because we knew at this point it was going to be pretty soon. And yeah, basically it was Mother's Day, it was my mom's birthday, it was Cinco de Mayo, like I said. Lucy had her first teeth cleaning. This week was 1 year since we went to Paris, so I just thought this spread worked, and I paired some like Luxe foil with it, so since this kit did have some of those items. I was going through school hell. We got to see the baby birds fly out of the nest at my parents' house, which was super fun. I was studying. Yeah. This was a Scribble Prints Co. week that I used for Lissa's birthday and Emily's birthday from Alt Girl Plans. And I paired this like gold and purple foil with it. We got a homecoming date for my ex. I was writing a letter to the school about everything that was going on. My ex got a special medal for his acts of service for our country, and I got to FaceTime him, and I was very, very proud of him. This was the week that... No, I was going to say this is the week that Cruella came out, but it's not. I just feel like it should be. I just randomly use this kit. I don't have any specific reason, but it's from Scribble Prints Co. It was Memorial Day. He had been deployed 300 days. He got a plane ticket home. And he left to come home this day, and I know that's really sad. That's basically what my life revolved around this time, was dealing with school and my ex, as you will see as we head into June. First off, I used this Wally kit from Scribble Prince Co. Because Wally is my ex's favorite Disney movie, and the 7th was our 1 year since our first date, so I just knew I wanted to use this kit for that. So I was doing a lot of things around my house, like washing the windows. We were in the same state finally. He had to quarantine for 2 weeks. It wasn't a normal homecoming because we were like very peak of the pandemic. So I was working on doing a lot of things around my house and doing stuff and fighting my school. So we, honestly, I was really upset with him at the time, but knew he was going through a lot, so I didn't want to push it, but we didn't talk as much in quarantine as I thought we would. So this kit I used for Jessica's birthday, and it's just plans. It is from Sticky Essentials, and I paired it with this Murdoch Talks foil. It was 1 week until I got to see him. So again, I had a weird infection like on my eye, I remember, and I was just doing a bunch of things. I got sick again. I had to meet with some of the guys to give them some things for Alex. So I was just doing a lot with that. Again, repeating myself. Then this was the week I finally got to see him. This was a Sticky Essentials kit that Darcy drew, and I paid to have a couple custom boxes made, specifically that had to do with us and our relationship. I got some specialty foil from A Glittery Life Plans. If you guys can see the camo foil, how cool is that? And it is a mixed metal spread, and it is the week I got to see my ex again. So he had off work, so it's just is all about him. I'm not even gonna go into it. I don't see the point, but it was Father's Day. And then this week he had off as well, so I used this like Disney Plus kit because we were planning on watching a lot of Disney movies. It's from Scribble Prince Co. Here's the July monthly. And then 4th of July is from Sticky Essentials mixed with a wiggle from Scribble Prince Co. Lots of silver, red, and blue foil. Just hung out with a lot of the military guys this week. My ex got promoted. Like I said, it was basically all about him. And then I just randomly used this kit from Sticky Essentials because I was doing a very heavy Disney theme again this year. And we hung out on the patio. I FaceTimed Keaton. I got a new Switch controller. He got to meet some of my aunt and uncle. He was helping me with Animal Crossing at the time. This is from Scribble Prince Co. It's the Moana inspired week. I was in summer classes as well, so I was taking some classes through here, as you guys can see, and this was the week that Alex's parents came into town. This is the Finding Nemo kit from Scribble Prince Co., and I paired it with this purple like sparkly foil. I had no reason for using this kit other than it was summer. This is basically the whole week his parents were here, so that's why I marked, or that's basically all I marked this week besides school. Getting into August, we have the Aladdin theme kit, kind of gave me late summer vibes. Was playing a lot of Animal Crossing, a lot of school, trying to figure out if I was going to transfer or not, and I honestly don't see that much stuff. I guess only on a weekend. My ex must have actually been working this week and had to go back to work. I honestly don't remember. This is a Sticky Essentials Tarzan theme. Tarzan? Did I put a D on that? Tarzan themed kit. I was upset that I decided I couldn't transfer. It wasn't worth my time. We hung out with my ex's brother. I don't really know. Moving into this week, this was the week my dad was supposed to retire and his birthday, but he didn't retire, so it's just his birthday week. My dad was a real estate agent, mainly sold beachfront houses, and had a lot of like Tommy Bahama vibes in his office, and this kind of just like gave me those vibes, which is why I used this kit. I don't know why I put that we had a phone call. I don't know. Was he out of... I don't think he was out of town. Maybe? I have no idea. But regardless, moving on. This was the Sleeping Beauty themed kit, and I think this was the week before I had, or the week between my semesters, so I thought this kit would work well. I put He Makes Me So Happy. Girl, if only you knew. He danced with me in my kitchen, and it was one of the most romantic. I can't even, it was like out of a movie. I can't start talking about it or I'm gonna cry. Yeah, so anyways, that's it. I was leaving my planner Instagram at the time. I felt really out of place and unwanted, and honestly, I still feel like that at times. So I think this was the week before Mulan came out, if I remember, and I used it this week instead because I wanted to use a Harry Potter kit next week. I was renewing my personal training certification, and my ex became a veteran. He retired from the military, and my parents adopted Tito, which is obviously the best part of that week because Tito Bandito is amazing. So this week was the week back to Hogwarts, and I used the Scribble Prince Co. Slytherin colorway kit. I was back in school at the time. And just stuff with my ex. That's basically my life. I feel like I missed something that had to do with that, though. But maybe I'm wrong. No, I don't think so. I think I'm wrong. Okay. Anyways, did I talk about this week? This was from Scribble Prince Co. and is Snow White themed. I just thought it worked. It was Labor Day. I was hanging with my ex, watching Harry Potter, going to school. See, we had to have already known. I must have missed it somewhere in here during the summer. I had to put somewhere that my ex got a job. He got hired because we're getting too close to the point where he would have had to move, but I must have just skimmed over it. Not that it's really that important, but I just swore I marked it. But I don't know. I guess I didn't, which it doesn't really matter. This is a Gossip Girl kit from Scribble Prince Co. paired with Murdoch Talks foil and School My Ex. Basically my life. This was the week it happened. Okay, so this was September 21st, and my ex accepted a job in Hawaii, and he was going to be gone by mid-October. Which was obviously a big deal because he'd been gone for 10 months, and the plan was that I was going to move with him when I graduated, which didn't end up happening, obviously. So, yeah. Moving on. Okay, this is the Mean Girls spread. I know I did this week on my channel. This is the week before my birthday. My ex and I celebrated my birthday this day because he planned a trip to go back to visit his parents the weekend of my birthday because he wanted to go as late as possible before he moved. Which was this week, which this kit is from Scribble Prince Co. I dropped him off at the airport. again, school's still going on. It was also Delilah's birthday, but there's a lot of him in school. But I dropped him off at the airport, and then I picked him up on the 12th. And then he moved to Hawaii on the 14th, which is why I used the Nightmare Before Christmas kit. I thought it was funny because it was my nightmare before Christmas. And that was the last time I saw him in person. This is another Scribble Prints coat kit. I paired it with copper foil. Mom and I booked a trip to Disney World to try to cheer me up. Lots of school. That Disney World trip though. We'll get there. We'll get there. This was the week of Halloween, so I used this Scribble Prints Co. Haunted Mansion themed kit, and I was just doing a lot of homework, a lot of school, a lot of talking to my ex, that kind of thing still. This was the week of Lucy's golden birthday, so I used this Sticky Essentials kit, and it was all school and then the start of going to Disney World. So it was and the day Alex Trebek died, it was actually on the Magical Express going to Disney World where I had a massive breakdown, and I knew that I would have to end it with my ex. I'm trying really hard not to cry because I did my makeup today. And it kind of put a damper on this entire trip. Not just that, but you'll see. So this was also from Sticky Essentials, and I know I did this kit in a plan with me. So things started off fine. We went to Epcot. Things were good. Things were good. The next day we went to Animal Kingdom. And like everything was great. Everything was fine. Until that night after Animal Kingdom, and I was throwing up. I was horrendously sick all night. So I slept in, and midday I was feeling okay, so we went and we did some stuff at Magic Kingdom. I didn't throw up at all again until the middle of the night. So then we slept in again, and we decided to not go into Hollywood Studios until our group got called for Rise of the Resistance. And we got called for Rise of the Resistance, and there was one very specific movement that this ride did that made me, I can't even explain to you, that I looked at my mom and I was like, I need you to go get me a wheelchair and wheel me out of this park, and I need to go to the hospital. And I remember texting my ex when I was in the hospital, and he, I guess, seemed worried, and then I called him when we got back to the room, and he texted me. He didn't answer. He sent me a voicemail, and he just texted me, "What's up?" Even though he was just sitting at home playing games with his friend. Anyways, Disney worked their magic and got us a couple more days there. So I ended up getting to do everything I wanted to do, which was really nice, even though I still wasn't feeling 100%. They determined it was the stomach flu and dehydration. And then we went home, and I got into a big fight with my ex that night. This was a Glam Planner mystery kit with gold hollow foil. I love this spread. So anyways, I was doing, like, making Chex Mix with my mom, catching up on school. I hung out with my friend Michael this night, catching up on planning. Like unpacking, laundry, you know, all the stuff you do when you get home from a trip and you're behind. And this was the week of Thanksgiving. This was a old Scribble Prints Co. kit, and you can see this is when I really started making my own scripts, and I just really love and doing it, and I haven't looked back. It was actually the Disney World. Was it this week? It might have been this week, technically. But anyways, yeah, it was Thanksgiving. I kind of did class. I did, you know, whatever. It's a boring week. And then there's this week. This is one of my most viewed Plan With Me's on my channel. It's titled, We Broke Up Because We Broke Up. I don't even know what else to say about this spread, so we'll just move on, and if you want to see it more in depth, you can go watch that Plan With Me. Okay, so moving on to this plan, this spread. I know I did a Plan With Me on this. This is a glam planner kit because this was where I came up with the double box hack for the tall girls and the wide double box. So this is where it was born. This is where it originated. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I honestly really take a lot of pride in coming up with things and ideas, and it really sucks when people steal them. So anyways, this was just December, lots of homework going into finals and trying to date too quickly again. But yeah. Was this the week of final? Was this a week? I don't remember. I don't see any homework or anything implying that it was finals, but I also don't feel like I wrote like school ending in here, so like I don't really know. But getting ready for Christmas, watching lots of movies, FaceTiming Keaton, working on my channel, that kind of thing. And then this was the week of, was there a flip there that I missed? Yes. And then this is the week of actual Christmas. It is a Scribble Prints Co. kit, and I paired it with lots of gold foil. And I hung out with Michael. I was watching The Mandalorian, which Yoda matches so well with this, and watching Gossip Girl. I ended up going to my parents', it was my last Christmas in my childhood home, and I didn't know it, which is so weird. So weird. Anyways, did all the things that football, Christmas, open presents. And then this was the week of New Year's, the week of 2020 ending and 2021 beginning. And it's crazy because 2021 now has almost come and gone. But this is the week that wraps out this planner. I was hanging out with my friend Tyler, or well, FaceTiming him, I suppose. He did come to visit this week here. So I was right, I did hang out with him. But that's it. That pretty much sums up this planner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and will subscribe so you do not miss the last week of Planmas. I'll see you later, friends. Bye.